She thought she was saving a life, but fate had something else in mind. It was a quiet morning, the kind that feels painted in gold, when a woman crossed an old wooden bridge above a sleepy stream. The wind whispered across the rails, carrying the scent of rain-soaked earth. And then she saw it. A turtle lying upside down in the middle of the bridge, its tiny legs trembling helplessly in the air. For a moment she froze. Then instinct took over. Her footsteps echoed like hurried drum beats as she rushed forward. She knelt down, her hands shaking slightly, and gently flipped the turtle upright. "There you go, little one," she murmured, a small smile breaking across her face. The turtle blinked, once, twice, then began to crawl, slow and steady. Relief washed over her like sunlight after a storm. She even clapped softly and whispered, "You're safe now." But before her relief could settle, the turtle changed direction, not towards safety, but straight toward the edge of the bridge. Her smile vanished. "Wait, no!" she shouted, sprinting after it. But the turtle was already moving, its tiny legs carrying it faster than she believed possible. It reached the edge and disappeared. Her breath caught in her throat. She peered over the railing, and there, down the slope, the turtle lay motionless near the riverbed. Without hesitation, she ran, stumbling down the hill, her heart pounding like thunder in her chest. When she reached the bottom, the turtle was on its back again. She flipped it gently, and that's when she saw it. A thin crack along one side of the shell, and a faint line of red. Her heart sank. Nature's armor had become its wound. She grabbed a towel from her car, wrapped the turtle carefully, and drove straight to the nearest vet, her hands trembling on the wheel, praying it would survive. At the clinic, the vet, a calm man with kind eyes, examined the little creature. He cleaned the wound with quiet precision, then looked up after studying the scan. "She's carrying eggs," he said softly. The woman's eyes widened. The turtle wasn't fighting just for herself. She was fighting for many. The vet decided to mend the crack using tiny metal hooks and a special resin, a delicate and painful process. The woman stayed the whole time, whispering words of comfort as if her voice alone could soothe the pain. Days turned into weeks. The woman brought the turtle home, setting up a warm bed of soil and soft grass in a wooden box by her porch. Each morning she'd sit beside her, sipping coffee, talking to her as if to an old friend. The turtle healed slowly, every day a little more, her eyes brighter, her movements stronger. Then one evening, just as the sky blushed pink, the turtle began to dig into the soil. The woman watched in awe as, one by one, small white eggs appeared beneath the earth. Life, quietly rewriting itself. She smiled through tears. "You made it," she whispered. "You really made it." Weeks passed, and one morning, faint cracks appeared in the eggs. Then the tiniest sound, the soft rustle of new life. Baby turtles emerged, fragile and bright as drops of moonlight. The woman gathered them gently and placed them beside their mother. It was a sight so pure, so full of grace, that it silenced the world around her. But love, true love, often means letting go. So, on a sunny afternoon, she carried the turtle family to a nearby lake. The water shimmered under the sun, calm as glass, waiting to welcome them home. She set the mother down first, then the babies. They hesitated for a moment, as if sensing her heartbeat, and then began their slow, steady march toward the water. The woman stood there, silent, her eyes glistening like the surface of the lake. When the mother turtle turned one last time, their eyes met. A wordless thank you that said everything words never could. Then the turtle and her little ones slipped into the shimmering blue, vanishing beneath the ripples, carrying their story and hers on into the flow of life ahead. Sometimes the smallest creatures remind us that even cracked shells can protect miracles.